Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, although for the first time. Now, in the last video it was all about the new limbs that Nika had gifted me, the C2s, to review them, and what I thought of them. And spoiler alerts if you haven't watched that one, they're pretty damn good for the price. They are $129 on sale. They're smooth, they're quiet, and they shoot beautifully. Then came, put them in, lined them up. I didn't have to line anything up, clipped it in, checked them out, perfect. The one thing I did find was the brace height on the string I was using on some maple limbs from Hoyt. The brace height was massive, so I had to take out virtually all my twists on the string. Not all of them, but there's still about 10 left in there. So I'm going to have to build myself a new string for this bow. But that's simple. Once I get the string material in, I'll whap out a new string for it. But that was the only thing, because the brace height I run around 22-23 centimeters. If you want to convert that, please do. Off the top of my head, somewhere between 9 and 9.5 inches possibly. And when I put these limbs on with the string that I've been using before, the brace height was 25 centimeters, nearly 10 inches. So, however, Nika has also gifted me some extra things to try out. And on this bow now I have a Nika clicker, a carbon one, because they didn't know this, but I prefer carbon clickers. So they've sent me a carbon clicker. They've sent me a new plunger button, cushion, whatever you want to call it. And they've also sent me a small arrow rest. They've also sent me a new bow stand, but that's with my junk swing bow, my indoor 18 meter bow. And yeah, I'll bring that out and I'll show you when I get that bow out. It's pretty good actually. So here's my work area. Got all my arrows, toolboxes, stuff like that there. I've got a set of Nika limbs, cap limbs, so Win and Win, the old style cheap stuff, and just some other crap. So here's what I've been gifted. So here's the first box. So let's open this up and see what we've got inside. And there we have it. So we'll start off here. We have a stick-on rest, small. We can get it. It's got some little marks on there, so you can actually put it at a certain angle, whatever you want. It's got two stick-on pads, 3M, which is cool, and it's got its own Allen key, so you can adjust how far out the rest is actually sitting. Yep, just a normal arrow rest. Pretty good. Next thing. Plunger. Yeah, comes with spare spring, a new rod as well, couple of small spanners, and it looks very much like the biter. So we'll stick that on and see how that goes as well. All in all, yeah, looks like an okay one, and we'll put it on the bow with the rest and see how we get on. Next thing, the carbon clicker. Let me put that under the light so you can see it a bit better. Hopefully, come on. Yeah, carbon, bit of a bend on it. That will help it crack even further. And then the wheel on the front with different holes in there. And there we go, there's a good picture on the back to tell you how it works. And on the end you've got the aluminium that makes the click. And it looks like it comes in different colours. So let me do that. So black, red, blue, gold and silver. And this is the black one. Cool. Next bit they sent me some limb dampeners of some sort. Elong is the company. So here we go. Elong Outdoor Products. That's where they are. And they just go on the limb tips just to dampen out the sound. Because I use their products, they're the Cornerstone and the, there we go, N3s, which I've got on the bow ready to go. There it is. Yeah, I don't use them. This is my 18-meter bow, which you've seen before. It's now fully complete except for the sight pin. However, what it's sitting on has been gifted to me. Oh, knee, sorry. And as you can see, it's the Nika Archery HCX bow stand in carbon. It can be held this way, or it can be held this way, where it's upright. I never do that. I always have it the other way. But it's lightweight, it's carbon, it's got a spike in the bottom, and yeah, overall, good bit of kit. So I usually use cheap stands. Never had anything this fancy. In fact, my first stand, I must have paid about £30. It was supposed to be quite good, and it comes apart and everything goes inside the tube. Where this one, the legs are spring loaded and lift up. The old sticky outy bit that holds the stabilizer lifts up, and the whole thing comes in a pouch as you've seen. It's light, it will fit in my bow bag really simply, and yeah, I'm very impressed with some of the stuff coming out of Nika Archery. So what I'm going to do now is put some arrows through this bow with the still got the limbs on, the C2s, but I've got all these peripheral bits as well from Nika, just to try them out, just to show you what they're like. And what I'll do is I'll shoot with them for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, and see how they stand up. So stick on rest. The cushion plunger, yeah, it's a cushion plunger. You can adjust it in and out. It's got some graduations on it. I'll put some pictures of them somewhere around here, and the clicker as well. So it'll be nice to see how all this works, and let's go and shoot some arrows. So here we go. There's our clicker, carbon, makes a good noise, and that's what I want. I want a nice loud noise. A really small stick on rest. Yeah, it doesn't get in the way, perfect. Spin it round, and just here's our cushion plunger. You've got a locking mechanism there, and you've got graduations on it just there. As I said, I'll put a picture up so you can see better. So let's chuck some arrows through and see what we do. Some of my initial thoughts. Let's start with the clicker. I run an Architect clicker on both of my competition bows. I like it because of the noise it gives off, and I'm really confident in it. However, they're nearly 50 pounds, so around $50 US. This thing isn't even half that price, and it's giving a click that is as loud, if not louder. And it comes in different colours. I'm impressed. I don't know how they do it, but they are producing some damn good equipment. The plunger button, it's a plunger button. I use Shibuya DXs for around, I think around $30–40 US, maybe even less. I think I paid 20 to 25 when I bought mine. They're old. Again, I'm not sure. I'll put the price of this button, because it came in a kit as well. So it came with 2 spanners, an extra spring and an extra plunger through the middle. And I think it was around $24. So yep, cheaper again, but I'll shoot it. So it's working perfectly. You can't knock it, and for that price, fantastic. And again, lots of different colors. Arrow rest. I use the AAE Free Flight Elite Micro on my other 2 bows. Why? Because I bought one when I first started, and I've still got it on there, and I'm confident in it. I've never been that confident with the stick-on rest because I've seen so many fall off. Maybe because they weren't put on properly, but that's why. However, this one is tiny. It's got graduations around the outside, and yeah, it doesn't get in the way of anything. I have had a few issues with that happening, if you can see that, and that isn't hitting other arrows. This was, I believe, another arrow rest did that when I was testing other things. Get rid of that, it'll still fly fine. Yeah, so far, looking at what I've done, and I've shot 20 arrows through there, not a mark on them. It's tiny, it sticks out perfectly. You can adjust how far it sticks out. If you've got big arrows, you can move it out. There's an Allen kit came with, or push in, and the skinnier arrows. So it's really good like that, and it will move up and down. Yeah, so what can I say? I know a lot of people don't like. So if it isn't chainsaw, it is something else. Obviously someone's really busy chopping trees down and chipping them up, but hey ho, let's forget about that. Hopefully you can hear me okay and this isn't distracting you too much, because it is me. Nika Archery, they are producing quite a lot of good equipment now. Have a look on their website and have a look at the prices. They do have some expensive stuff. They have what I think has happened is they've bought or acquired the molds that Uka used to use and the processes they use for building their limbs, and they do. Nika also produced the carbon riser as well, like Uka one. I've not seen that one yet, but they've also got another metal riser with dampening built into it, and that looks quite nice, and the colours it comes in, fantastic. But as I said, these were gifted to me. I'm not sponsored, so I'm not being paid any money for this. However, my opinion is, if you're starting out and you don't want to spend too much, if you're an intermediate and you don't want to spend too much, or even if you're going to all the competitions everywhere, and you want some decent equipment, have a look. Yeah, you don't have to buy the Hoyts, the Win and Win, the Fivics and all these lot just to shoot as much as someone else. I want to see how much I can score with my Chinese. Yes, I will have some top brand names in there as well. However, my arrows are going to be Skylon or Pandaris Chinese. My stabilizers, I've got on one bow toe point Chinese, but on my other one I've got a full set of biter stabilizers, and I like them. They're quite light, but they work really well, so I don't put too much strain onto my shoulder. Sights. On my 2 competition bows I run Sherlock sights. On one I run a Shrewd sight pin, the Brady Ellison one. However, on the other one I've got a toe point sight pin. It's fantastic, I love it. Arrows, vanes, I'll buy off AliExpress because they're the cheapest and they're all virtually exactly the same. strings I make myself, BYC, I always get it mixed up, A125. So I make them, pre-stretch them £300, and then yeah, set them up. So overall, these peripherals that I'm testing, fantastic, they work. What I'm going to do is keep shooting them for a little bit and see how they hold up to the stress of shooting. And yes, you're paying less than half price on a lot of them, but is it worth it? Or is it worth buying something more expensive that will last longer? Don't know yet, because I've only just got them, so I'm going to keep shooting. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a look at seeing what's coming out from China. They're really good stuff, and some archery shops are now stocking all this lot as well. I know Nika has got a US warehouse and a China warehouse, so if you're in the US, you'll be able to get all this lot. So I will catch you next time. Keep shooting, enjoy the good weather if you've got it. Bye bye for now.